Hello, everybody. How are you, Jean?
Hello, Kelly. I'm doing well. It's so nice to see you. What a beautiful Tuesday afternoon. And yeah, I'm enjoying the sunshine. We're
Yes,
expecting a quite a big storm tomorrow. I don't know. Did you guys have a storm recently, either
that's what
today
I
or?
heard. No, we are not a part of that. I think that one that you're getting is coming from the Gulf, or it's hitting the East Coast more than it is here in Colorado. But oops, there's my dog. It's not a ghost. He always pushes the door open. Hi, Scott. How are
Hi,
you? Good to
Scott.
see you. And Bernadette. So good to see you. Um, but anyway, no, we have had gorgeous weather, t-shirt weather, really, really
Wow.
nice weather. And then last night we had this crazy, like, really speedy little blizzard thingy come through. So our weather, but it's back to nice weather. We didn't even have any snow. I think the mountains did, but this is spring. Hi, Liz. Let's say hello to some of these beautiful people. Craig, nice to see you, Craig Dixon. Knight Rider, Liz Reeves. I was just explaining to Jean, excuse my appearance. We're selling our house and I've been running around like crazy and my schedule's been changing. So I'm looking a little, au naturel.
Well, you're
So,
absolutely gorgeous, a natural beauty.
aw, thank you. You're so kind.
And you're
Well,
such a
anyway,
trooper
so
because yeah, I
yeah,
did offer to reschedule, and she's like, "No, I can do it. It's okay." And
no,
well, she's just doing it all el natural. But
I
so
can, I'm always ready. I'm always ready, always on.
yeah, that's the thing. You don't, when spirit is in your back pocket, pretty much, you can just, as long as you
Mhm.
center yourself and you call them in,
Yes.
that's what works. And
Mhm.
we travel light, right?
We travel light. Absolutely. And I did get a little meditation in this morning, so I'm good. As long as I do that, I'm centered and and grounded. Hi, Jackie. Good to see you. Liz Reeves is another Coloradan. Oh, she says it's cold today. Yeah, it got breezy, really breezy. Like we heard things rattling around on the porch and last night, knocking over plants and I'm really quite windy. So, but it's sunny again. So we're good.
Yeah, we had
Yeah.
that wind gust thing going on as well, and it's a little unusual this time of year. Usually it's blustery like that in the fall. But well,
Mhm.
you won't you this is your last year of experiencing that type of weather, so you'll have right? Are you going to be moving
No,
out
I'm
of
moving
state?
locally. I'm
Oh,
moving locally. So I had talked about this before, moving back east, which is where I'm also from Maryland, where Jean lives. And we had looked at moving there, and it may be coming in the future, but just other circumstances, we decided to stay here and hunker in. And so we're selling the house and renting with the idea that we might be moving back east soon.
okay. I
Yeah,
see. I
in the
see.
next couple of years. Because it's one of those things, our kids are unsettled and, therefore we are unsettled, right? So
Well, I think it's good this way you're more mobile and you can make a quicker decision if and when you'd like to do that. I think
yes.
it's a good thing.
But I'm
Um,
really excited because 'cause we're moving back to our old neighborhood, really close to some old friends, and, um, we've identified the house, and anyway, so my life wasn't already a three-ring circus, the next month before we move is gonna be insane with, you know, showing this house and moving. We're kind of overlapping houses because we don't wanna be here the whole time that this house is showing,
I know.
and
It's
hopefully
stressful. I
with the
remember
crazy.
having mhm.
Yeah. Yes. Well, and with this, we were really just kind of hurrying up to try to get on this get ahead of some of the political stuff. What's the autocorrect?
Uh, well, I was giggling because I remember when I was moving, we were selling our house to come here. and the anybody can call and say we're going to come over in 30 minutes or whatever. So I was in the shower and they called, but I didn't hear the phone. This is like 20-25 years ago when we didn't have you know cell phones. And so they called, nobody answered, so they thought that the home was empty.
Empty.
And I'm upstairs in the shower, I'm getting out of the shower, I have a towel wrapped around me, and I hear somebody coming in the front door. And to this day, whenever I
Oh,
hear somebody coming in the door, I always ask my husband, "Is that you?" He goes, "Who the hell else would it be?" I'm like, "Well, you never know," because the realtor and the prospect, the buyer came through the front door, and I said, "Get out of my house! I'm calling the police!" I'm like, I was
oh
screaming,
no.
and they're like, "Well, we called." I'm like, "I don't care! Get out of my house!" I
I
was.
guess they're not the ones that bought your house then.
No, but it is, I mean, you just never know because they're supposed to call and let somebody know. If they don't get an answer, then they can come in. It's just, I mean, that's before cell phones, I'm
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
Or right when they
Right.
were first coming out, I guess. I don't know. But
Yeah.
oh,
Oh,
it is, and you always have to be ready and you always have to be on guard, and you have to clean up the dishes as soon as you use one.
oh, I know, I know. It's really like, we we were late to the party, the air fryer party, but we were like I bought one because I was like, we cook a lot at home, and I I decided that, like, if I had to cook, you don't wanna cook food and then people come in and it smells like what you've been cooking or whatever. So I was like, I can put the air fryer out on the back deck and cook whatever it is, and and I don't know, it's just really silly, but my
It's a
husband
lot.
really loves
It's a lot. Yeah, you have to consider
it.
everything, the smell, the look,
It's
the fork, the
yeah,
glass.
yeah,
It is. It's a lot. And people understand that when they're looking through a house, but still,
they do.
we always want it to be perfect. Um,
We do want it to be perfect, and we're trying to get ahead of what we think is gonna be kind of a difficult curve coming coming up. I mean, we see some economic indicators that the country is gonna be going through some things, so we're hoping to get on the market and get sold before too much chaos, and I mean, it's already chaotic, but you know what I mean. And you live in
mhm,
Maryland, so,
mm,
I grew up there as well. I would say that every other household was like a government employee,
mhm.
in my neighborhood. My dad worked for the government. My husband's father, he's from Maryland as well, worked for the government. I mean, really tough times ahead. I do hope yeah, I do hope that we
And that I
yeah,
do feel as though it is for a short time, and that things that will pass. Um, but it's a
right.
real pain in the butt to have to shuffle around and deal with it, and the uncertainty is. But no, it's not going to last. Yeah.
Mhm. I feel too that we're gonna start seeing some, um, breakthroughs, let's put it that
Yep.
way.
Hmm.
Some
Yep.
breakthroughs very soon, and this month, I think so too. But I think it's gonna be a
Oh,
really rocky month, and I'll admit, I'm getting sucked down the rabbit hole just as much as, some other people. I warn everybody to be calm and stay focused and, ignore
well,
the chaos.
it's
Yeah.
important to be happy and live our lives just in spite of the attempts
Mhm,
to distract us, or to, uh, take our energy, or to adjust, or to manipulate our energy. And the
mhm,
best defense is being happy and living our life the way we want to, and making our own choices. Um, yeah,
mhm,
but it does go back and forth, you guys, but we understand.
mhm.
Um,
Yeah. And I think
so
this is a time of testing for us too, like testing our resolve in some ways, right?
exactly. I think this is
Mhm,
also, if we look at it spiritually, it's a catalyst to help us grow, to help
mhm,
us to rise above, to help us to join together and, um, you know, uh, communicate and commune and be collaborative with our neighbor.
mhm.
Um,
Take care
yeah,
of each
because
other.
if not, we would all be just inside of our houses watching Netflix and having popcorn or something. Um,
That's very
I do.
true.
we all know that it's for a higher purpose, and it's not pleasant, and it's very, very difficult. Just like COVID, we would never wish in a million years to have anybody be harmed or to be ill or to die or to all these families lose their loved ones. We would never ever want that. But it changed things. It changed things, and it helped us to look at our lives and to not, sort of go along to get along. We made some changes and gained empowerment to do something that we do love and to make
Mhm.
changes and to, it was really important at that time, and it shifted us spiritually.
Yes, it did.
And this too is going to shift us
Mhm.
spiritually.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
I was
it's
one of those weird people that, I loved the lockdowns. I loved that time. I loved going outside and hearing no traffic and no cars, and, of course, it was tragic for so many people and scary, but I I really relished that time, and I knew that it was a time of change. So, I mean, as so many of us have probably, now you can look back on see that, but this is a little scarier to me. I don't know why. I go in waves. I go in waves, and then I say, "This too shall pass." There is a reason. Yeah, there is a reason. And I think it's revealing the darker side of ourselves and making us choose. Do we want to look after each other, or do we want to, um, it all comes from fear, right? So we're all, every negative sentiment, every negative feeling comes from fear. And do we want to live in fear that makes us then hate our neighbor, or, you know, be, jealous of other people, or, you know, make ugly comments? No, I don't think we want to. And I think what we're learning now, all of these divisions are bringing so many people together, just as they're bringing people apart too. Yeah. So you're right. You're absolutely right. Now I see you freezing every once in a while. Is it me or you?
I'm not noticing it, so
Okay,
maybe
it's
it's
very
just
brief.
your.
So it's very, very brief. Okay. Well, anyway, thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I see Ms. Sherlock and Ness, and let's see, who else? Who did I miss? I know there are a few people. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm going to put a little banner up here to ask you to pop up your questions. And are you good with just personal questions, or what kind of questions do you want to take today, Jean? I
I
almost called you SunPsychic.
Personal questions are great.
Okay.
I just don't do political and,
Okay. Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Okay. Well, good. We will take your personal questions. I've started a few, and can you see them?
I
Can you?
can.
Okay, good. Good, good, good. All right. Sounds good. Well, I've got a few, and we'll okay, Ness is saying unfortunately, my lighting is so good that you can see that I am a mess today. But thank you. Yeah, I just have a new light. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's helpful. Okay. Yeah,
Lighting's
and I
the
see
hardest. It
what's that?
really is. The lighting is the hardest. I have a string of lights right in front of my computer on the other side of it where the camera is, and I have a light here and a light there, and still I look shaded, and then sometimes the light sort of comes in and out, but then this sort of balances out and it
Mhm.
makes it look darker. So no matter what
Yeah.
I do, even if I had a light right here, it would still be my camera just like shades. So, but
Mm.
lighting is so hard.
Yeah. Yeah, it is hard. Yep. I mean, I thought I had it right, but then I got yeah, I've got the same. I've got lights on either side. Plus I have the windows in front of me here, but that's not enough unless I'm sitting right in front of the window. So,
Right.
Ms. Sherlock, you're so kind. Thank you. Well, I have a few questions, and if everybody could keep on putting questions in, that would be lovely. If you have questions for us, we are happy to take them. And I did get yours, Ness, despite the caps, but all caps do help. Yeah. And I'm going to go ahead and put the first one up and we can get started. We've been chit-chatting for a while. Okay. So, Ms. Sherlock, is my friend Sharon K still on this plane? I'm guessing Earth plane. If not, may I have a message? Okay.
Let me see what my. I'm getting a no that she's not in this world. But please feel free if you're getting something different, Kelly.
Well, hold on a second.
She's saying long time no see, Miss Sherlock. She's saying she almost has like a slang about her. Like, it's been ages since we saw each other. How the heck are you? Or, like she would say something like, you're smoother than a duck's bill, or, whatever. It's not smoother than a duck's bill, but you know how people have like those isms, or
Yeah.
they say things. This is what she's saying to me. She's saying, oh, it's been so long. But she just wants you to know that she says we can see so much over here. She's saying that she has such a greater perspective, is what I'm feeling. She's saying, but she wants you to know that I feel like she's your soul family. I feel like you two were friends, and oh my gosh, she said you are her soul family for sure. That everything happens for a reason, and that you were meant to be together at that time to help each other along your journey. How about you, Kelly?
Well, I'm curious whether she has crossed fairly recently, because I see what I first saw was her in a bed, like for a long time. Maybe she had a long illness or dementia or something like that. But then when I really tune into her energy, her spirit feels really free, which would suggest that she's crossed over. Sometimes I see when they have dementia or Alzheimer's, that they spend time on both sides, even though their body hasn't fully transitioned. So maybe that's what I was sensing. But we may never know this, Miss Sherlock, but it does feel as if she had kind of a long illness. She was bedridden for a while, but she does feel so like a breath of fresh air or something like that on the other side. She feels like she was, when I tune into her energy, it feels like she was like an optimist, a really, um, glass half full kind of person. She really lifted other people up. Um, I I don't know. Have we had many lifetimes? You can look into that while I feel as if, yeah, I actually, when I ask that question, I do feel as if you've had many lifetimes in various, you were sisters, you were, mother, daughter, you were many things to each other. I also see lifetimes where you were maybe even adversaries, but together, in those lifetimes, you taught each other many lessons. She, this time, feels very elevated to me, very elevated, like her soul has really gotten to a point of, I mean, she may never come back again. She just feels very high flying to me, um, and just happy and uplifting. And I really do feel like if you tuned into her energy a little bit more and just sit in silence, you're going to hear messages from her too, Miss Sherlock. Um, she's that present with you. Just have to call on her. Yeah.
I think that this may be why you're asking about her, and if she's popping into your memory or you're thinking about her a lot. I think she may be around you, and maybe this is why you want to know, is she still here? And it could be, Kelly's right, it could be that if she's has dementia, or if she has, close to the end of her life, she could be, coming in around your energy just to thank you before she leaves, or to, it could be either or, and it's really hard to determine that. and with the soul family, I think we do. I know we reincarnate with all of our soul mate, our soul members, our soul family, over and over again in different degrees, and it could be hundreds of different people that we incarnate with. But it's and we always tease Kelly. We always say um, that all of us here that are part of this community, that are all the content creators and stuff, we're going to like slap our knees and say, I knew you were one of my soul family when we all get
When
back
we
to the
get to
other
the other
side.
side, absolutely.
We're going to say, can you believe we all met each other online and we all knew it, we planned it? Oh my
I just
gosh,
got a
can you
chill when
just
you said that, like full body chills. That's crazy. I believe that. I
I
mean, I think
really
we're
do.
almost gonna be laughing about it too when I look at that. Like, "Oh, isn't that a hoot?" You know?
Yeah,
Oh
this
gosh.
is what
Okay.
we agreed to do, to get
I
together,
agree.
because we needed
Yeah.
to do all this together. Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
And I will say that's true of all the people who show up in the chat and who are regulars. I think it's all the same. Yeah. Anyway, thank you, Miss Sherlock. I think your friend Sharon, she just feels like a really bright light on the other side. Like she's if she hasn't fully released from her earth plane body yet, she's most of the way there and like ready to soar. Okay, thank you. And Miss Ness, how are you? I'll read this out loud in case anybody's driving. Yesterday, I woke up from an interesting set of dreams, very vivid and detailed. And then last night, I received 3 major downloads and insights. Any hits on what's happening or messages from guides on what it is? Okay.
Well, as you're reading that, the first thing I got was the astrological lineup and the changes, and how this is opening up for you. And I always say that when, how one is going into retrograde, another one is opening, and all the, the parade of planets and all of this. what I was shown, that all of the planets and the way that they change and move with each other, it's like a combination lock. And when we get to a certain point, another download opens, and then it moves around, and then another download opens, and each download or each opening affects each one of us just a little bit differently. Because I know people would say, well, the 8-8 portal, I had so many downloads, and I'm like, I don't, it didn't even phase me. But then the next time when I had like an 8-8 portal or a 11-11 portal or something, it affected me. So it affects different people differently. And just think, if it happened to all of us all at once, we wouldn't be any good to each other. It's important that we understand and respect that each one of us is on our own journey, and the very what was it, micro, no, what, I know I said this, microscopic changes and openings, and the awareness, it happens on such a microscopic level. And then when we are 10 years later, we look back and we're like, oh my gosh, look how much I changed. But when we're in the moment, day to day, night to night, it just feels a little microscopic. It's exciting.
Yeah, I feel the same. And I want to say to you, Ness, did you write them down or record them somehow? Because I think that's really important. I think we're all getting these big downloads lately. And astrologically, well, let's see, last Friday we had a lineup of planets in the sky, which is kind of very unusual. We had 6, 7 planets in a row, and it's not rare, but it's pretty unique for that many planets to be lined up. And when I really looked into the energy of that, and I looked it up online, it says that these are portals. These are opportunities for us to grow and to actually come together. And then I will say also on Monday, Neptune was conjunct with Mercury. Mercury is about ideas, information, communication. Mercury, dreams. So it's really, I think a lot of people I've been having dreams too. I don't know if you have, but as Jean, but really, really important time to pay attention to our dreams because I do think they're having important messages for us, whether we remember them or not. I often don't remember
I
them.
don't. I am not a dream rememberer. Every
Mm.
once in a while, I'll have like a really, potent one. But on the average, I don't. But I know several people that I work with every day that they say they have dreams like 4 or 5 times a week. Not every night, but pretty regular. I'm like, oh my
Mhm.
gosh.
Mhm.
Well,
Yeah, no, I am not a big dreamer, but when I do dream, and I've reported this on my channel a few times. When I do have dreams, like really important dreams, I wake up and I'm like startled. I had a dream back in December about Santorini, and I've never been there. I didn't even know where it was. And what's happening in Santorini right now is I dreamed that I mean, I could even see what it looked like. I was standing on the edge of the caldera. And so anyway, I just said I woke up and I did a recording on it on my channel because I was like, I something is gonna happen there. Because there's no other reason why I would be dreaming about a place I've never been. I don't even didn't even know where it was. I'm getting another chill. Um, and then I also had a dream about the election, which I don't wanna really kind of talk about, but it really, was ooh, I'm getting a chill. It was about a clear vision of how let's put it this way, how the machines were changed. But but and that again, I wake up and I'm startled. So if you wake up Ness like this and it's very vivid and you're really aware of it, this is a download and an insight from your guide. So um I share share with us if you would like. But it might be personal information too that you just need to pay attention for you. Okay. Yeah. Okay, thank you so much. Yeah.
yeah, Kelly, I remember when you did that video, and we had talked about it. You and I had talked about it once before, and I had referenced it when on another channel. I'm like, did you guys see Kelly's video? Because it was really impactful.
Was that was the one about
Yeah.
the yeah,
Hi,
I mean, I
Craig.
woke up and I looked kinda like this. I was, like, in my jammies, and I was a little scruffy and had my coffee, and I was like, "I have to tell you guys this." Um, and look what's happening there. If you don't know, the island has been evacuated. They're having, like, swarms of earthquakes, and they believe that this is a precursor to some pretty significant volcanic activity, or it could be. There's other volcanic activity in the region in Italy as well. So, okay. Well, thank you. I didn't know. I know I've talked about it maybe too much, but I appreciate you mentioning that.
Important. Mhm.
Yeah. Um, okay, Ness says the dream was a very Aquarius dream about a new community. Oh, that's nice. I like that. Okay, Craig. Allie wanted me to talk about my dreams on a show. How does Clara feel about this? Yes.
Well, let me check with her. She's saying she wants to tell you that she loves you, Craig, and she loves you like loyalty and your best friend ever and an angel and um it's that unconditional love. It's that angelic and that love that we have on the other side. I don't know what they call it, but she just wants you to know that she loves you. This is what she's saying the first thing when I checked with her. Please let him know I do love him. And the love is comes from her soul to your soul. And she's saying that if you feel it's going to help you, then she's behind it. She's saying don't feel like you need to edit. She's saying that you have good discernment, and even if it's something that might be a little personal, you can like say it like an overall kind of a general, like you can still share it, but you don't have to share all the details, is what she's saying. but she loves you, and she's saying from my heart and soul, she wants to let you know again. That's what she wants me to tell you. Yeah. Oh, yep, good. Good.
I feel it.
She's
Yes.
definitely angel. Yeah, and if it's too personal, just be general with the description.
Mhm. Yeah, we don't need all those gory details, Craig. Thank you so much. This is a family show. um, but I also get right out of the gate that she well, I get a yes that she feels great about it, but you need to, like you may need to edit some details, but just the general idea is what it is. But the other thing that she's making me feel really strongly is that she considers herself to be your protector,
Mm,
not just her lover, but your protector. It's like she has. I almost feel like she's, and maybe you'll agree that she saved your life. Like she comes and she is not just a friend and a confidant and a in spirit, but she helps you to protect your energy, that you can actually express things to her that maybe you can't to others, and that it's very, very important that I think you know this. Uh-oh, both of us are going to make him cry. Oh no. But she's such a beautiful spirit. And the other thing though she wants me to say is you too, she you too should, take measures to protect your spirit because you are a sensitive Craig. You're a sensitive. And so make sure that you put up the shields that you need to put up. Share what you want to share, if this is in, on Allie's channel about dreams, but don't share everything about yourself. This is very personal stuff. I'm getting another chill from her. And so that's very cool. Yeah. She kept me awake all Christmas Eve and Valentine's Day. That's amazing. Yes, you pick up the political stuff very easily. And that's where you really need to protect yourself lately. I'm like we were talking about in the beginning of this show. I feel that strongly too. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Craig. Miss Bernadette, how is Spirit helping with my podcast? Am I struggling with tech? Is that the whole question? I don't know if that was cut
she's
off.
saying she struggles with the tech.
I am
Wants to,
struggling with
yeah.
tech. Sorry, I read that wrong. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
I think what I'm picking up for you, Bernadette, is they are allowing these, not allowing, but they are almost creating the challenges for you to gain confidence, for you to gain the information and the skills that it takes in order to do things on your own, so that you can overcome the struggle and become very independent and confident. It's an exercise for your soul to grow. And if everything was easy, and this is the way they told me, and I'll tell you this way: if everything was easy, it wouldn't mean anything. Like you're here and you're graduating college and you want to be a doctor someday, and here is the doctor at the top of the mountain, or whatever it is you want to be, uh, whatever your goal is, the ultimate goal. And if you left from being in college and you went to the top of that mountain to your goal and you were instantly a doctor, that doctor would never, that goal, reaching that goal wouldn't mean anything to you because you didn't grow. It's not the end result. It's not the goal. It's not the wish. It's not the end. It is the journey is where all the magic is. The journey is where we grow. The journey is the richness. The journey and learning the lessons and overcoming adversity is where we gain meaning. And if we just went from, graduating college all the way up to achieving what we want, it would be meaningless. It would not be very fulfilling, and you would always be wondering why this happened and how you got there. It's built in there for our own benefit. And when you find yourself struggling and you're like, this tech stuff, there's no way, anybody could follow all of these rules and regulations and hurdles that you have to jump over in order to get something out in the public, and um, and you overcoming that challenge and how that's going to make you feel, and or any resources, how that's going to change you. And just say thank you for this challenge. I know this is a way that my spirit guides are showing me that they love me and that they are taking care of me, really.
Mm. We're so in agreement here. The first words I heard were, they're slowing you down for a reason. I feel like they're trying, you're very eager, and they're trying to sort of prevent like burnout, for you to just like say it all at once and then, whatever. So this is a little bit about divine timing, right? They're I think that it's a great message, but you might jump in a little bit too quickly or too hard, too much effort, and then it will, you'll sort of fade out. So they're trying to give you kind of this pacing. Um, Nobody likes tech troubles. I get it. We all get that. But they're also saying that you have other messages. Like they're gonna, as if you space it out as time goes on, your focus may change a little bit of direction here and there. And so, as your soul grows, as you change, so they don't want you to, they're showing me like scattering it all out on the throwing it all out on the desk all at once. They want to slow you down. Yeah. Oh, you have brain diarrhea. That's what you said. Funny. But anyway, they know that you have messages, and they want you to really kind of like ease into this and take it easy, and then allow, because if you sorry, I'm having brain diarrhea right now. If you kind of throw it all at the screen, you may find again that burnout, but you also might find like, okay, now I've done this, what next? They want you to keep going, but sort of in a more methodical way, a slower building way. That's what I see. Yeah. So Bernadette also says, I agree. I'm trying to go live on YouTube and other places so hard. I have brain blocks about so many topics. Yeah, I think that those will unblock as you go, though. Definitely have insecurities when I look at other podcasters, social media. Don't look at those, Bernadette. Everybody starts somewhere. Believe me. We were talking about lighting in the beginning, right? That is so hard. That's just one of many little hurdles to overcome. And then I know different star seeds are tech whizzes. They're definitely showing me. Yeah. That's funny. Well, good luck to you. And hold on, your channel is Unleashing Potentials Podcast. So I'm gonna type that in here, Bernadette, and I'll pop it up for people to look at. Okay. All right. On to Chandel. Oh, can I get a message from my mom, Pat? Okay.
Did she have a dog? Did she have like a small dog? She's also showing me pets in general, and she loved nature and sort of like the animals that were around her in nature. Um, does this make any sense to you, Chandel? I just want to make sure I'm picking up the right Pat.
I don't see her.
Yeah, it's especially with mediumship, I need to have their energy here if she's still here. I'll just pause for a moment.
Mhm.
Good. Medium-sized
Mm,
dog, but we always had dogs. Okay. This
okay.
is what she's saying. Thank you, Shandell. She's almost more, she's almost like, here, the dogs are here, like here, like almost before her. She wants to show you that the pets that she loved, that she cherished, that meant so much to her are with her. She wants to thank you for taking care of her, for sacrificing, for putting up with her. I feel like you guys had like a, not a love hate, but you guys would really get into some arguments because of stubbornness, she's saying. And she wants to let you know she's sorry for arguing with you about the small things that were not important. She said, we argued over like what color icing to put on the cake. Like there was not, it had nothing to do with anything. And she said that we really were angry with each other and hurt each other's feelings over the smallest details. And she just wants you to know that she's sorry. I'm not sure if this maybe was towards the end of her life or if this was earlier in life, but you two loved each other. You two hung out together. You two were, you know, it, on good terms until you weren't. And then you were like, bah, 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 bah. And then like a week or so will go by and then you just pick up where you left off. But she just wants to apologize for some of the, it was not meaningful. There was no reason for it. And she said that it was only like I don't know if she was like letting something out or if she was sort of, maybe she had stress at work or she had stress with her family and she was taking it out on you. It was not you. It was because it's like the littlest things, like the most meaningless, like the color of icing. Like, why would you ever like get mad at somebody for that? But it wasn't, it was just that I don't know. She's just saying she apologizes for this. Um,
Oh,
Snappy
quite.
during her last few months. Maybe this is what she's saying. She just wants you to know that yeah. She's saying she realizes that it hurt you and she never meant to hurt you and she knows that it wasn't anything important and that she didn't mean to behave that way. Um But I think that you too, I mean, she was a strong woman and didn't, she was able to hold her own and get what she wants and stand up for herself. And she knows that you are this way too, and she just is saying, "My beautiful daughter, thank you very much for everything that you did, and that she loves you so very much." But she's being like not snarky, but she's being that way on the other side. She's taking care of things and standing up for herself over there. She still is who she is, Pat. Hmm.
Mhm. Well, it's interesting because I don't know if you can read my chicken scratch, but I wrote stubborn, firm
Oh my God.
right here. Yes, she feels like a woman, but, it's weird because she feels like a woman of few words, but when she spoke, like, people listened, right? And she would dig in her heels. Um, so kind of spoke when needed sort of thing. I do feel that she was a loving mother, but she also she feels to me now like she came from, um, more difficult circumstances that made her into this strong woman that she needed to be. Um, and and she anyway, so that's the sense that I get from her. That's the way that she was there. And now she's kind of like I just see her kind of smiling and, watching all that you do and very, very proud. Um, I also feel a baby with her. So I don't know if she lost a baby or a child, or maybe you did, Shandell. I don't know. I don't, or somebody in your family. There's a baby. I feel a baby with her um, that she's holding. She shows herself to me holding. Or perhaps if that's not the case, we may never know. But if that's not the case, maybe she's just sort of lovingly referring to how much she loved being a mom. But I actually feel like this is another soul that's with her on the other side. She had lost a baby before I was born. I
Wow.
just wanna cry. Oh my gosh. And she was a single mom and had a lot of health issues. Yeah. So, but I don't know if you know if she was a single mom, I don't know if you had a relationship with your dad, but I think your dad is there with her too. And remember, we're soul families regardless of whether we stay married or not. We're all here to teach each other lessons. Um, but she just feels extremely, extremely proud and thankful for your the help that you gave to her and the comfort, especially toward the end. um, like, just, you know, I hear, like, "You don't even know how much you helped me." I feel a little bit like you feel like you didn't do enough, but she is saying, "You it was everything. It was everything." It's beautiful. Okay. Thank you, Pat. My dad, I think, is still alive, no relationship with him. It could be her dad. Yes, it could be her dad as well. 'Cause this relationship does feel, a little more loving. Yeah. You cared for her. Oh, well, she thanks you so much, Shandell. Sweet. Okay. Thank you for letting us tap into Pat's energy. And I don't know if I see any other messages, sorry. So if anybody put a message in, this is the last one that I have. So if any, but we're getting close to our time, but if any, we could probably fit one more in after this. So if anybody else has a message, please go ahead and pop it in.
So I did ask Lulu for the name. I'm not sure if she put the name in.
Oh, thank you.
Did anybody see Lulu? Lulu, say hi.
Are you here, Lulu?
And Divine Timing had a question
Oh, I
I
see
guess,
it. Thank you. Got it. Oops. I didn't mean to. Just meant to star
yeah,
that, but let's go back to Lulu. If Lulu
I
is
don't,
still here, wait for a second.
yeah, I
No,
don't
see,
see
oh,
Lulu.
I
Did she
do.
say her name?
I am Lulu,
What's
but
your
I don't
friend's
see the
name,
name.
Lulu? Your childhood friend. What's her name?
Christopher.
Oh, okay, I see it. All right. Thank
Okay.
you very much.
Oh, I'm getting chills. He's here. Okay.
He's saying you knew it all the time. He's saying that there was something about the way you two understood each other and got along and laughed and had fun, that it was very much unspoken, and you almost had like no judgment of one another. You really didn't. You were very not lenient, but you understood each other. Oh, you accepted each other for who you were. So I'm not sure what issues that Christopher had or that you had, that you both were very accepting of one another, which was really important at that time. And he's saying, of course, you know that we were soulmates or soul family. He wants to correct me. And I feel like is he on the other side? Because
He
he's
is. He
talking to.
passed when she was 7 years
Oh,
old. That's interesting. I wrote he died young. It feels like it was a tragic, early passing.
oh, wow. Yeah, because I'm like, why
Mhm.
am I talking to him like he's a spirit? Oh, yeah. He said, absolutely. He says, you were smart and you were kind, and we had it was like effortless fun together. And he just wants to thank you for being so kind to him. It was very authentic, the friendship. How about you, Kelly?
Yeah, when I first tapped into him, he showed me, like, riding bikes and playing outside and that kind of thing, and then I did feel that his energy just he crossed over, um, way too early, um, and it does feel like it was tragic. Yes, he was killed by a truck while away with his family. Oh my goodness. Wow, okay, but he says, though your question was, are you soul family? Um, is he part of your spirit guide group? I don't know if he's like the traditional sense of spirit guide, but I feel like he's very, very present, and it feels to me like you think about him often, and when you're doing that, he's just right there present with you. And I think the reason you think about him is because he's around, and then his awareness, he comes to your awareness. So he hears the things that you say. And now, Lulu, do you have a child? The reason I ask this is because I'm being shown like a child, and I feel as if he is aware of this child. If you haven't had a child, this may be a child one day coming to you. But it's almost like I feel as if he's going to have so you say no, you haven't had a child, but perhaps that he may play a part, and um, just had a great niece born. But I feel like there's something about Christopher that's related to this child, that as if there may be like a similar name or some kind of like something like that. This is what I'm feeling. So we'll never have the children. Okay. Um, no worries. There's something about that though, and perhaps it's just, maybe he's just being, bringing my awareness to your childlike, you know, your activities together. But I do also feel like you like children, and you're good with them. And so maybe this is about your great niece, and that, you have a way with them. Um, I don't know what this is. I'm going to tune into it some more and see what it is that I'm getting with that. Um, okay. All right. But he feels I don't want to say he's a spirit guide. Do you feel that? I don't know. What do you feel with that, Jean?
Soul family, the
Soul
connection with
family
soul
for
family.
sure.
Yeah. And
Yeah, which
actually,
is
I
a
thought
little
that was the question. I must have read it wrong because I
yeah,
thought it
yeah.
was.
No, but I feel like he too is soul family, and there were, important lessons. He stayed here on earth as long as he was meant to stay. But those there were lessons for everyone around him for that his tragic passing. Um, but I do feel he's a protector. Yeah, very much a protector. Okay, thank you so much. Do you have time? I was late. Do you have
Yeah,
time for a couple more
I'm
questions?
flexible. Yeah, I can do a couple more. Sure.
Okay, thank you. Here's divine timing. What advice do my guides have for me concerning my Monday through Friday job?
So what I'm feeling right away is take a new perspective. Like if you're complaining because it's so far away, or you're complaining because somebody stinks in the office, or if you're complaining because somebody's doing that, and they want you to take a new look at it, take a new perspective, and look at it in a different way. Try and make a game out of it and say, how many silly people can I make laugh today? Or like, and just they want you to change your perspective about your job. Like, this job is so silly. There's so many people that are all in their heads. Or this job, I think I'll become a therapist because so many people have so many problems. And instead of saying, oh, this job this or this job that, try and like, it's the way that you're speaking about it, that it's becoming more of like that. It's almost like the more we complain, the more that there is to complain about, and the more that we're grateful, the more that there's things that are to be grateful for. So you can say, I'm really grateful for all the other people and not that one that always, stinks or whatever. And whatever, I don't know what's going on, but just whatever the negative thing that you're complaining about or that you're looking at, that will grow as long as you complain about it. And once you say, I see differently now, and I can see the good parts, and I can see how this is going to benefit me. Look at it a different way. And I say that only because I had this woman that was my manager, and she was just a dirty, rotten scoundrel, just really mean and nasty. And she would say, Jean, you have to do this. And all I would say is, I disagree, but, and then she would like be bossy, 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 bitchy, bitchy, bitchy. And there was nothing I could do about it, except I would change my response to her. And I would say, she must really have a difficult home life. Somebody's probably treating her that way. And, looking at it in a different way, that it has nothing to do with you. You're just there for that time, for that portion, and to learn to get along with adversity or difficult situations, and to rise above it, and not to get mired into the details of the gossip, and try and rise above it, and take a different look at it. And I'm not sure if that makes any sense to you, Divine Timing, but that's what I was feeling.
I'm not seeing divine timing here. Are you here?
Oh.
Are you here, divine timing? Let us know if you were here to listen to this,
Mm-hmm.
because I may move on. We have a couple other questions.
Yeah. Okay.
But I'm getting something very similar to mine. Was like, my feeling was that she's feeling restless, and stay put. It's not a good time for change, but things will evolve in this job, and then it will be better. So that's what I'm feeling. Just in brief. Let's do Lottie last. Lottie wants a career reading, another career reading. and, and let's wrap that up from there. Okay.
I think I read for Lottie B recently.
Mm.
So, do you want to go first so I don't let the cat out of the bag?
Well, sure, I'll just go. For the image that I get is, I don't know if you're in a career or about to take a new career, but I feel like you're busy, and I see like papers and like, I don't know, like bookkeeping or accounting or something like that. I just see a desk with a lot of papers. And so, if this is something you're looking for, Lottie, I think that it could be it's there for you and available. Um, but if this is something you're in already, it does feel a little bit hectic. Oh, okay. It was a while ago, Jean. Yeah, that's what Lottie's saying to you. Um, uh, so I want to say though, this energy feels a little bit hectic. Oh, lots of papers. It feels a little bit like overwhelming to me. Like kind of crushing, like you just don't have any breathing room, and you have this feeling of like, I don't know how I'm going to get through this pile. So they're just asking you to sort of take a step back, um, really try to reprioritize, what's on fire, what can wait, whatever. It just feels a little bit more like, let's protect your own energy by um, organizing yourself a little bit better. It might be, yeah, it says probably doing too much work, lots of papers. So this is a current job. I mean, I feel like this might be something that you do, until you retire, but you may just want to shift in the way that you do it, and take a little more time and energy for yourself, a little timeout break to get a breather. But it feels like something you could sort of coast into the sunset with.
Yeah, I would ask for help too, Lottie B.
Mhm.
Ask for help, and or take less on. Let some things, delegate some things to others, and I do feel it's compartmentalized as well. Um, like I feel like you're extremely detail oriented and you like doing 60% of the work, but there's 40% of the work that you just dread. So it really piles up and it weighs on your shoulders. And so delegate that other 40%. Hire somebody to come in 4 hours a week or something and do that 40% for you. And and keep doing the things that you do enjoy because you're really good at it and you do enjoy it and you do it almost better than anyone and this is what you love about it, but it's the other part that is and it's okay. We can't it doesn't there it's important to share the responsibility, delegate, and even if it's something that needs to be done but not right now, get all that stuff and remove it from your environment or your area or even your site, put it under the desk or something and deal with it later if it's not important, like if you have to archive or file or do something with the aftermath. And the things that you do every day that is really fast that you're the best at, keep doing that. And try and ask for help or delegate.
Yes, she says, "I enjoy the job, hate the admin part." That's so true in so many ways. I've heard that again and again. Mhm. Yeah. Well, that was really lovely. Thank you. Thanks for the validation there, Lottie B. And hang in there. Hang in there. I appreciate you being here. And whoops, I thought I turned it off, but there we go. I'll hide that. Jean, I want to thank you so much, and thank you for being patient with me since I was running a little late today. I do appreciate it, and the reminder and all that stuff. My life is. I can use all of the. I could probably use an assistant, just like you were saying to Lottie Lottie B. um, but it was really great to see you here. And everybody, I know you probably already subscribed to SunPsychic Jean, but please check her out. She has some fabulous shows with other women, and please subscribe to her channel. She has wonderful advice, very talented. So,
Thank you.
yes. Well, thank you for being here. And everyone, have a great week. Enjoy this pre spring weather, and we will see you all soon.
Take
Thank you.
care. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Thanks, Kelly.
Thanks.